Okay, so you were supposed to try the examples in practice, so I'm going to go through and just give you the answers. So if I would fix this fraction, I would do 3/5 times 6 over 1. And then I can't cross cancel, so I'm just going to simply multiply. And 6 times 3 is 18. 5 times 1 is 5. And then I'm going to simplify this because we did that all last week and our top is bigger than our bottom. So I could go over here and go 5 goes into 18. 3 times minus 15 is 3 left over. So I have 3 whole pieces and 3/5 left over. And that would be my final answer. I will go a little quickly. You can always go back and watch the video. 5/8 times 3/4. I can't do any cross canceling, so I am just going to put equal signs, and 5 times 3 is 15. 8 times 4 is 32. And this is as simple as it gets. Meaning it cannot be divided by, both numbers cannot be divided by the same number. 15 is 3, 5, and 1, and none of those numbers go into 32 except for 1, and that's not going to change your answer. The next one, 16/21 times 7/12. I can definitely cross cancel that 7 and 21. 7 goes into 21, so I know this will be a 1, and this will be a 3. And then if I cross cancel the other direction, I can divide both of these numbers by 4. 12 divided by 4 is 3. 16 divided by 4 is 4. So my new fractions would be 4/3 times 1/3. And I find it much easier that once I cross cancel to rewrite my equation because then I can see what I'm doing. It just helps me make sense of it. So 4 times 1 is 4. 3 times 3 is 9. And 4/9 is our final answer. Hope you're doing good. The next one, there are 3 fractions which get a little tricky, and I don't expect you to have this one done. This one's, I think, a little bit more of a fancy one, so if you got it, thumbs up. If you didn't, that's okay. It's a little bit tricky. So I'm going to cross cancel the 2 and 14 and make this a 1 and this a 7. And I'm going to cross cancel the 5 and 15 and 15 and 5, and this is a 1 and a 3. And then I can double cross cancel, which is really confusing. And this will be a 3 and this will be a 1. So my new fractions are 1 over 1 times 3 over 7 times 1 over 7. And then if I multiply 1 times 3 times 1, I get 3. And 7 times 7 is 49. So some of you may not have double cross canceled and you may have had a bigger fraction and you just need to simplify. That's fine. But ultimately, we want to get there. That one was one of those little tricky ones. I wouldn't give you anything like that on a quiz. It's just kind of just to give you a little bit of fun. I always like a little bit of a fun problem. Here, we learned about converting our mixed numbers into improper fractions. And so I am going to say 4 times 7 plus 6 over 7, because we know we keep that bottom number the same. And then 1 times 2 plus 1 over 2. So 4 plus 7 plus 6 is going to be 34 over 7 times 3 over 2. And I know these two are even, so half of 34 is 17. And when I multiply across, I end up with 17/7 times 3 over 1, with a final answer of 51 over 7. And then I'm just going to draw an arrow down here so I can make my improper fraction. Say 7 goes into 51 7 times, which is 49, which would give me 3. So my final answer would be 7 and 3/7. So that's my final answer. We are going to skip these on the bottom because I do have a little bit of homework for you today. And then you can go ahead and do that. If you want to do those for fun, go ahead and I can get the answers out to your teachers and they can check those for you. But before we leave, let's look at our tips. It says put the whole number over a 1, which we learned on the first page. Simplify or cancel before you multiply because it makes it easier in the end. And we've seen that it does make it easier. You can always simplify at the end, but it does make it easier if you cross cancel. Rewrite mixed numbers as improper fractions. Then convert back when you have the answers needed. So these you can skip, which I'm fine with. If you want to do them for fun, your teachers have the answers, you can check them. But your homework for today is just going to be to complete page 4. You do not need to do this little fancy problem here on the bottom. All I'm asking you to do is 6 through 21. And when you label your answers for area, you're going to label it with your units squared. So I'm just going to put that here because I know we have not reviewed that. You may have done this last year, but many of us forget. So when you label it, you need to put a little exponent 2 above to mean that it's squared. And all you're doing when you find area is here I'm going to say 1/2 times 1/2. You're just multiplying just like you did up here, but they're putting them on either squares or rectangles just to show you that that's how we do area, and we can find area using fractions also. All right, your teachers have answers for that. Tomorrow we're going to continue practicing multiplication so that next week we can work on division. So good luck, and if you have any questions, let me know. Thank you.